This one comes with a disclaimer. Honestly, this is a translation of an ancient Welsh poem, and any similarity to an actual living Welsh politician is purely intentional, I mean coincidental. This is The Boy Who Lost His Shape. Here is a tale from the Mabinogion, sang to me by the bard and Iron, of Neil, who could recast his shape. Just as a man on a hot day casts off his cloak, so Neil could shift his shape. This was a gift from the other world. In a comrade's land, he looked like a fire-breathing dragon, but he became a sheep in Saxon grounds. When the Iron Lady of the Angles was attacked by the Westlanders, he became a bag of wind and saved her. He could even make himself invisible. The men in the Hollow Hills did not see him at all during a year and a day of war. He changed from Briton to Roman, and they called him great in their councils and capitals. He had the command of the nature of all animals. He spent much time in the form of an old goat, but his favourite shape was that of a fat cat. His finest trick was to turn himself inside out, and people thought it was scarlet ermine, and they called him a true lord. One day Neil was trapped by a mirror, and there he saw he had no skin left, and his skull was a gleaming dewar. I don't know if any of you have been watching Michael Wood's History of Britain. You know, I watched it a couple of weeks ago, and I mean, my blood boy, he kept talking about the Anglo-Saxon immigrants. You know, immigrants, the Anglo-Saxon migrants, you know. It was a very strange, migration. They came over and they butchered all the people who was living in Britain. If you go to places in England, in the 5th century, digs, this layer of black earth, you know, with all the buildings being burned down, all the cattle killed, all the people slaughtered, you know. That's not, may not be a genocide, but it's certainly ethnic cleansing now. Perhaps in 1,000 years' time, Michael Wood's descendants will make a documentary about Poland in 1939, talk about all the wonderful German immigrants who came over to enrich their culture. Anyway, here is my Wales. My Wales is an old land of castles and arbours with hollow hills. Now the mines are closed. Wales is an historic land, home of Celts and Romans. Last of the first Britons lived in Cymru, land of the comrades. Called Welsh by the Saxon invaders, foreigners in their own land of wars and martial lords. Wales, where the ghost of heroes still walk the land like Owain Glyndwr and Lewis the Huntsman, the first to fly the red flag. A land of Chartists and Rebecca's daughters who fought against injustice, for this is no quiet land. Wales is now washed by acid rain, but its people can weather that, for we are not naked, but clothed in history.